I don't regret anything I have done. I don't even have any remorse for any of the lives that I might have destroyed. Even if I spent a long time with someone and we seemed to form a connection, I really didn't care about him or her. Period. I met Carl in high school. He was a football player and a pretty cool guy to hang out with. I was one of the popular kids as well. I didn't play sports, I wasn't really rich or anything, but I had a charming personality. High school was a great place for a sociopath. Attention and power, that's like fuel for us. And I got all of that. I felt better than other people. I was hanging out with the most beautiful girls and I was feeling great. My life was. Everything was fine. Or at least that's how I thought things were. You see, I hated when I saw the hot girls talk to the other guys. I couldn't stand to think that they had a chance just like I did. I had urges to hurt these guys. Not to the point where I would kill someone. Not that that would give me guilt or remorse. It just wouldn't be worth it spending my life in jail. After all, you can hurt or end people's lives without having to kill them. To be honest, it makes me feel so powerful to know that I can control if someone will have a good life or a bad one. Or even if they have one at all. Carl was a better version of me. He was funny, smart, athletic. I acted as if we were best friends, but in reality, I hated him. He made me feel less important and powerful. I wanted to make him feel worse. I can't tell you how many times I had urges to hurt him while we were alone together. The thought that I could put an end to all the things he was made me want to do it even more. Because just in seconds, I could have destroyed everything he had worked for year after year. The high GPA, the previous scholarship he was working for, but I couldn't have gotten away with it easily. After a while, it went from urges that popped up sometimes to a full-blown obsession. It was the only thing I could think about when I was with him. So I started spending more time with him to figure out how I could destroy Carl's life. I was really committed to doing it too. Also, I knew how to crush his spirit. During high school, Carl had one girlfriend, and he could not see himself living without her. But I could. So first things first, I had to make her leave him. I was pretty good with girls too, but it would have been too messy if I tried to steal her from him. I needed a better approach for something like this. So whenever I was with him and he would get a text from her, I would delete it so he wouldn't get the chance to respond. Whenever she asked me where Carl was, I would say, I don't know, I saw him with another girl. After every fight, I would try to get them back together. I needed him to trust me in order to get this plan to work. I needed him to think I was on his side. Eventually, they broke up. I had never seen him crushed and sad like that. I guess he really did love her. And I guess that meant I was on the right path as well. After a while, I knew how to go about the rest of my plan. I knew he needed an escape for the sadness in his life. So I took him to a party. Halfway through the night, I offered him a pill. After a couple days, he came back asking for some more pills. This turned into a full-blown habit pretty quickly. Now, I had what I wanted. His heart was broken, his grades went down. He was powerless. And the only thing he had left was football. But I felt like I could take this even further. I wanted to see how far I could go. I knew football is the last thing he has left for me to eliminate from his life. I knew if I took that away, he would be devastated. One night when he was over at my house telling me how his life was falling apart, I offered him a couple of drinks. And by a couple of drinks, I mean an entire bottle of vodka. Later on, I told him, get in your car and go get your girlfriend back. I knew he wouldn't make it there. On his way there, he crashed, and he was rushed to the hospital. He broke his shoulder, a few ribs. The doctor told him he wouldn't be able to play football ever again. He was so crushed he didn't even finish high school. He's now still living in town and has a dead-end job, while I moved on to a better city where I am living the dream life. Whenever I visit town, he is so happy to see me and tells me I'm the best friend he's ever had. I'm the one who stood by his side the whole time and how much he misses having me around. It feels so good to see someone who was once better than you now become a failure.